Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on another episode of Fashion Let's Talk podcast. I am your host, your fashion forecaster, Sharonda, and today's episode, we will be talking about all things going on inside the fashion industry and how I gave you a fashion forecast prediction last year where we discussed some of the things that were going on in the fashion industry, like not another creative director swap. They were just playing musical chairs last year with so many different designers that I start to observe, is this about to be a frequent thing? Like, are they now incorporating some of what the NFL and NBA practice, which is drafting different ball players to different teams? Well, that's what they are practicing now inside the fashion industry. They are starting to now shift and swiftly move designers to new fashion houses to represent. And it doesn't matter whether they've been part of the fashion house management before or they're being shifted to another one. They're just like moving them around like musical chairs. And last year we talked about this, asking, what do you guys thought? What do you feel? Is this a good thing for the brand? And I always felt like it was not really a good thing for the brand because they were moving swiftly. They were moving fast. They weren't even allowing the designers to have a moment to connect with the new brand that they were representing. They were just shifting them within 2 seasons to a year next to another brand. And it was like, how are you even getting to connect with the brand? How are you getting to get the old brand that you left from out of your system? And isn't that kind of like a breach of artistic, creative information being, placed out there? I don't know. I don't think these management houses are, strategically thinking. They're so focused on money that they're not even thinking about if this actually benefit the brands, if it actually help the consumers connect with the brands. If a consumer has been investing in a particular style and designer of a brand that they love for many years, and you just keep shifting different designers and the feel of the collection changes, it doesn't represent the designer's legacy of the house, then the consumer's not going to want to invest in the brand. They're either going to follow the designer that they felt comfortable with wherever they go, or they're just going to disappear and not invest in the brand. So it's a gamble. It's a catch-22. And you do have some consumers that are starting to voice their opinion. We will have one of the consumers who voiced their opinion on our page on Epop Style Agency and Fashion Let's Talk podcast and our Instagram and Facebook. We'll have this consumer who voiced her opinion on the switch up of designers that was with Gucci and now with Givenchy. They were very annoyed with the switch of designers because they remember the backlash that the designer brought to the Gucci brand. And they just felt like, oh no, I don't even want him near that brand. And, you can't just say they don't have a right to say something because these are the brands that they have been investing in for years. And I think, like I said, the fashion management houses are not even taking that in consideration. And they are about to lose a lot of their consumers. So they're going to have to get into damage control, do a lot of meet and greets, in-store events, launch active, events to really get connected with the consumers again because they've been shifting creative directors and designers like it was the NFL and NBA. And, even basketball players don't even like that feel. They feel like kettles. They feel like they're on the farm. So, and we're, like I said in our old episode, because I'm the fashion forecaster. I predicted this last year and talked about it on our Not Another Creative Director episode where we discuss we're not used to this. We're not used to designers shifting within 2 seasons in a year. We had Karl Lagerfeld, Tom Ford, you know, all of these different designers that will be staying at these fashion brand houses for like 10 years and better. Karl Lagerfeld represented Coco Chanel for like 15 years. And now you are shifting designers within 2 seasons. Doesn't feel right. The consumers are not used to that type of energy. It doesn't make people want to invest in that brand. It's not a shock. It's not like, ooh, let's see. No. People are very serious about their designers, like they are their hairstylists, like they are their team and the players that represent them. It is a whole big movement behind these situations. So you can't just trade it off because it's convenient. And word on the street is, a lot of these trade-offs is very demeaning. It's like, oh, we'll take you because you don't ask for as much money as the last one. It's still business. It doesn't matter what industry it is. As you grow, as you get better and you do make the money company or you don't make the money company, all of that is taken in consideration if they need to start paying you more. And before they pay you more, they rather bring someone in and allow the reputation that the last designer created to kind of dwindle on the new designer. But that don't always work. You can lose a lot of customers, consumers, investors. You can lose a brand. And we've talked about that. Brands are shutting down. There's no legacy houses anymore. And they just created and shifted about 20 to 25 different creative directors. Like, just shift them. You go over here Thursday. You go over there on Friday. You over there. Come in. What you doing? No, don't really like you here. You go over there. Like, that is the feel. So it doesn't feel like a proud moment when you see all of these creative directors being placed at these new fashion houses. A lot of them.